Hi, I'm Bess Freedman, the CEO of Brown Harris Stevens. I worked at Legal Aid here in New York City in the Juvenile Rights Division. I represented, juveniles, and many of them were in gangs. Some of them were in foster care. There was a variety of issues for these kids who needed help, and I was their advocate. The thing that was always consistent was, the economics. Everyone was struggling, and so, I was trying to help those kids, help them to get to a better place, be in a good home, get their education, those sorts of things. But it was a challenge. You came home feeling really defeated a lot. I was working in a very different environment, and then switching to working with people who are buying expensive homes in New York City is obviously a challenge. But I think you can do various different things and do them well. And my background, really got me prepared for working with all different types of people. And so, I think it's about emotional intelligence and working with people. And so even though I'm helping people to sell homes, you have to be authentic so that they can trust you. You have to have empathy, you have to have good judgment, and that's when whatever you do, whether you're working at Legal Aid or you're a real estate agent or you're a lawyer or a banker, if people are going to want to work with you, they have to trust you. And I did that well as a lawyer, and I think I did that well as a real estate agent. In the very beginning, this is a true story, I was calling FSBOs, for sale by owners. I just called them, and I remember there was a gentleman by the name of Gary Snyder. I'm still friends with him today. He had 2 studios, one on the Upper East Side, one on the Upper West Side. He was trying to sell on his own, and I would call him and say, let me help you, I can help you. And he would be like, no, I got it. And then I went and met with him, and then after about a month, he called me and goes, all right, I'm gonna give you a chance, kid. So I remember standing up in a crowded room of agents. I was new to the business, announcing these 2 exclusives that I had that I got on my own, and everybody was looking at me, and I felt like, the light was shining on me. I was very proud of that. I felt like it was a huge accomplishment, and it gave me momentum to keep wanting to go. It's like you build up that momentum, and I just was like, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep doing this. And I sold those studios for him like within 2 weeks, and I was so proud of that because I had hunted him down. I had built trust with him. I worked hard. He believed in me, and to this day we're still friends. And he gave me a real chance, and so I did that on my own. It felt amazing. I'm very competitive. I never realized that about myself until I got into the business, and I never knew that I had that sort of drive in me until I got into real estate. So I think that brought something out of me that I didn't see as a lawyer. And it was a really good thing. Well, I think you have to self-motivate yourself and prepare yourself, manage your own expectations. Say, I'm calling these people, they're strangers, they don't know me, they may perceive real estate agents as being a little shady. I know I'm not. I'm gonna call them with my best intentions. I'm gonna speak to them and be honest with them, and I'm gonna keep trying. Even if I get hung up on, I'm gonna keep trying. And if you get 1 person out of 100 that you have a connection with, you are successful. You call, then you call again, and you call again. And when the owner is showing their own property, you show up, you meet with them, you meet them face to face, you talk to them, you share with them some of your experience, some of your knowledge, and hopefully little by little they want to work with you. So when I started off and I was working in the Carnegie Hill office, I did live on the Upper East Side at the time, and so when I did 1 deal on the Upper East Side, then I would send out a postcard to people that I sold a property there, and then more people would call me and ask me to come and tell them how much their apartment was worth. And so it sort of started in a domino effect, and that's kind of how you get your foothold in the industry or wherever you're working. If you're working in Carnegie Hill or downtown, it builds up over time. So I did 1 deal, and I sort of maximized that by telling everybody, hey, look, I did a deal on this building, and then more people would call me, and I sort of built on that. Remember, you're not getting a check every week. Whatever you kill is what you eat. So you have to be able to manage that. But then again, the sky's the limit. So as opposed to getting a salary and, there's a ceiling on that, you can make as much as you're willing to work. And so I think that's very exciting for people, but people think that real estate agents make these crazy amounts of money. The majority of agents do not. What you see on television is not what reality is. I mean, the majority of real estate agents are working all the time, around the clock, on their computers, making phone calls. It's not interesting. It wouldn't play well on television. But what you see on those reality shows is entertainment. It's not what really goes on in the real estate industry. You have to be all in, you have to care about it, you have to know the inventory, you have to show up, you have to be caring, you have to be considerate, you have to do things the right way, or you're not going to be successful. I'm sorry, not going to work. In real estate, the one thing that's nice about it is that it's flexible, meaning you can make your own hours. So if you have to go to be at school to see one of the teachers or go to a play for your child, you can do those sorts of things. But it's a juggling act. And I remember like negotiating and being on the phone, locked in my bathroom, like huddled, and my kids fighting outside my door like this, like trying for nobody to hear, because it's a challenge. Real estate, it's flexible. It's true. The hours are whatever you create, but you have to be accountable for that, because you can't just disappear and travel around and think you can call things in. So you have to make hours for yourself, but then you can say, okay, I'm going to take this day off. I'm going to go to the movies. I'm going to hang out with my kids, go to dinner. You can manage that, but you have to be on top of it, because otherwise I see a lot of agents who get lazy, don't show up, and then they come in and go, why am I not doing any business? I say, because you don't show up. You don't go to meetings. You don't talk to agents. You don't go to open houses. You're not there. You have to be present. You can't expect to all of a sudden have success without doing the hard work. I love that there's this entrepreneurial spirit to it. It's a lot of fun. As hard as you work, you can get so much out of it. I felt like what you put into it is what you get out of it. There's challenges, of course, but people, you show apartments and people believe in you, and it's not like you have to go into basements and go in garages. In New York City, you show apartments, you open the door, you show the apartments, you work with clients, and it's a process that can be fun.